it was really scaring my mom, and I was trying to explain to her that it's act fighting that we do.
I saw him
She's
screaming in pain because he was getting waxed. I can be myself around him, so that's probably what it is. I don't know.
It's just the kind of roles that I'm drawn towards playing. I listen to scripts, some stuff excites me, and I do them. There's not too much thought.
So when you read things about the way you look or the way you talk, the way about things about your family, it does bother you, and then some days it doesn't bother me.
I'm speaking with actors Ananya Panday and Vijay Devarakonda about the next film, Liger. Hi, welcome to the Quint.
Thank
Hello.
you.
I think the two of you are looking really relaxed. How are you all feeling about the release?
I'm very relaxed.
I feel relaxed because he's giving off such calming vibes, so even I'm relaxed now.
So I'm going to start with you. While shooting for Liger, you shared screen space with Mike Tyson as well.
Yes.
What was your takeaway from working with him?
The memories of working away with him are my takeaway, and a signed glove by him. These were my two main takeaways. I think it's a memory for life.
Yeah.
I'll be telling this story when I'm 65, 70 to kids.
It's like for posterity. You're going to keep
Yeah.
that for posterity.
Yeah.
I believe your mom was really worried when you went to shoot with him.
She was, because he's like a scary man, and he's putting these videos on Instagram where he's
Right before the week
butchering-
before we went, yeah.
Suddenly he was like nimble and he was butchering those boxing pads, and it was really scaring my mom, and I was trying to explain to her that it's act fighting that we do, and I'm not going to confront him and fight him, but she's worried. She's a mother, but it was all good.
Yeah. Ananya, from the camaraderie that I see with the two of you off screen, I'm sure you all had a blast shooting this film.
We did.
You know, do you want to share with us some really fun experiences, or what were the sets like?
I think our biggest bonding experience was when I went into Vijay's room to borrow something from him, and then I saw him.
He's already like, what are you going to talk about?
I know
I
what
saw
you
him
she's
screaming in pain because he was getting waxed. So that immediately broke the ice between us. There was no coming back from that level of friendship that we share now. Yeah, that was our biggest bonding, and
But
it's been
did you-
uphill from there.
And it's really evident on the talk shows, during promotions. I think the entire ease that the two of you share, I hope it translates onto
I
screen.
hope so too. I mean, I don't think there's ever been any effort with either of us in like trying to, break the ice or have any sort of conversation. I think we both are very different as people, but I think the core of us, we both are very honest as people. I think I've always been able to have any sort of open conversation with him. I can be myself around him, so that's probably what it is. I don't know.
Vijay, if we speak about the other films that you've done in the past, and if you look at all the films that you've done, there's a certain kind of a character that you choose, which leans towards being a macho character. Is that like a conscious decision, or are these the kind of scripts that you're mostly being offered?
I didn't know I do this. Maybe I do it at some level. It's just the kind of roles that I'm drawn towards playing. I listen to scripts, some stuff excites me, and I do them. There's not too much thought behind it.
Also this whole debate between South films and Bollywood has been ongoing for a while. And I'm sure you've answered this question a million times maybe. My question to you is, what do you think is the South industry getting right as opposed to Bollywood?
Might not necessarily be the South industry. It probably is a couple of directors who are doing really good stuff, be it Rajamouli sir, be it Prashant Neel, be it Sukumar sir. So it's like a bunch of directors there, and Puri Jagannath sir, who's the director of Liger, he's like the OG of like commercial cinema. His movies have been made in every Indian language into blockbusters. So it's probably they stick to one core emotion. I don't know, I'm not great at reverse analyzing all this stuff, but people seem to be enjoying it, and it's good. It's cinema. You just need to enjoy it. I don't think we should study it and break it down so much.
Did you see like a stark difference between working here and working back home?
Not a stark difference, just like some minor details, like the timings are a little different from back home. Back home we start at 6, here we start at 9, which is much more comfortable for, I hate mornings, so a 9 o'clock call sheet is really nice for me. And people are really efficient. They were really efficient in Bombay.
Ananya, if I may ask you, when you started off, I remember you saying that, there were a lot of times, but just because you're a star kid, it's not necessary that everything goes smoothly. And that holds true for everybody. And I remember you saying that how when people used to comment on social media, you know, when you used to say something, either it was misconstrued or just shamed for things. And at that point, it used to probably, you know, bother you. But today, at this point, when you are a few films old, but you've been around, does it still bother you? Do you still go and read those comments, and does it affect you at all?
Yeah, it does, because at the end of the day, I'm a human as well.
Yeah.
I'm a 23-year-old girl, and sometimes when you read things about the way you look or the way you talk, the way about things about your family, it does bother you, and then some days it doesn't bother me, and you know, I'm okay with either emotion. I let myself kind of deal with whatever I'm dealing, but I've not been someone who claims to be perfect. I'd rather own my mistakes, and as long as I'm changing with it, I'm growing up almost in front of the camera. You know, I'm not the same person I was even 2 months ago. So as long as I'm learning from my mistakes, I don't mind owning them.
I'm going to play the next segment, which is called If Your Co-Star. Okay, so if I'm going to ask the question and both of you need to answer one by one, I'm going to start with Ananya.
Okay,
If your co-star,
means Vijay.
yes,
Huh.
if your co-star was stranded on a beach, who from the industry would they like to be stranded with?
Puri Jagannath sir, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And what would you say for her?
If she was stranded, she needs someone, maybe Chatali, her manager.
She's not in the industry.
She's the one who somebody has to find you food.
That's true. That is true.
And Chatali is your food person.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
Okay, a person your co-star can't get through the day without talking to.
Me.
Yeah?
Yeah. Enjoy.
He doesn't have a choice right now because I'm chewing his ear.
Like a phone call, like not someone on the sets.
I don't.
He
talk
doesn't
much.
talk much.
No.
Yeah, he's a very present person.
But you seem like
I
someone
talk
who
a lot.
talks.
Yeah. Do I? Okay. Huh? Who do I talk to?
You. I think probably she's really into love and like a relationship. She loves love. So I think whenever she's in a relationship, she's full on. Like
But now who am I talking to? Because I'm not in a relationship.
Now she's enjoying being single. You are currently.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. We got the answer.
Okay, the next one is, if you had to give one career advice to your co-star, what would it be?
He doesn't need it. He really doesn't. I would just say that stay focused, but he really doesn't need it because he's like honestly one of the most focused people I've met.
What about you?
I think it makes sense for her to start learning languages. Like, I think she's going to get a lot of work from Telugu, so maybe she should start learning Telugu.
If your co-star needed relationship advice, who would they call?
I think Vijay should start calling Karan. He's really helped me in life. Yeah.
Yeah? I and Karan don't agree on like
Most
relationship advice.
Try it.
Yeah?
Try it.
Okay. If your co-star
Hey,
hosts...
ask him who should I call.
For relationship advice, probably me.
Yeah, I need to listen to Vijay.
Is Karan getting replaced?
Yeah. He's listening to Karan, I'm listening to him.
Just I don't want to be giving advice every alternate day. It should be like
No, I'll call you once a
quarterly.
month.
If your co-star hosted a party, who would the first 3 people be on the list?
He's not hosting a party anytime soon. There would be, okay, I think, Alia, Alia Bhatt, Ranbir Kapoor, and Deepika Padukone.
Okay, what's your answer?
Who would she invite? Her best friends seem to be like Shania, Suhana.
Where do you know everything?
Shania, Suhana, and who's this other person? Navya.
He's clearly paying attention.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, very
The
good.
last question is, and at the same party, what kind of cheese would be served on the platter?
I'm off cheese.
A Raf cheese.
And he's also off cheese.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't-
answering on his
Given up?
behalf.
Yeah.
We have given up on cheese.
Alright, thank you so much, you guys. This was really
Pleasure.
fun. And good luck for the film.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.